Welcome back to another Motel Coach training video. Today we're diving into GuestPoint PMS and we're going to be showing you the 5 most common beginner mistakes and how to avoid them. Number 1, overriding existing user profiles. What I mean by that is, let's do a scenario. You've got guest Mr. Smith. He stayed with you 30 times. One of the new team members edits his profile and changes the name to Peter Jones. All of a sudden, Mr. Smith's account will no longer exist. If you type in Smith, it's not going to show up anymore. Let's jump into a scenario and I'll show you how it all works. So we've double clicked on Mr. Smith's booking. We're going to click contact details and we've got the name wrong for this reservation. Tim Smith called us up to make the booking, but he's actually not staying. So we put in the new name and we save that one down. So we've now updated the reservation to James Stevens, but if we save that, we've brought up a reservation and we're going to look for Tim Smith now. And you can see that no profile comes up anymore. This is terrible for the guest and it's just bad customer service all around. Can you imagine if you stayed at a property all of the time and then all of a sudden you had no history there? When I'm a regular customer for someone, I'm giving them a lot of value and I want to feel valued back. If we don't provide this to our guests, we're not going to retain as many regular guests. We're now going to move on to number 2 out of our 5 beginner mistakes, not emailing booking confirmations. Why is not emailing a booking confirmation such a big deal? From my perspective, the booking confirmation serves such a valuable purpose. It's a confirmation of all of the details you've talked about over the phone. When you're taking a phone reservation, it's so easy to get details wrong. That booking confirmation, it gives you a second chance to correct any mistakes. Look at it like the scenario at work where you've got that colleague that you just don't get on well with. And whenever you're working with them, you're always sure to send them a follow-up email just to clarify all of the things you've talked about in a meeting. It's a great practice to protect your own role and credibility. And it works the same in a motel setting. When you confirm all of the details, it creates a point of clarity with their reservation between you and the guest. To email a booking confirmation, it's very easy. We're going to create a reservation quickly. We're going to go new reservation. And as long as we've got an email address, so we're going to start with Tim Smith. We've deleted his reservation before, and we're going to put tim.smith@example.com. And once we put that email address in, we'll have the choice to send an email confirmation when we save the reservation down. It's as easy as that with GuestPoint. It's all automated. Once you've got that email in the system, it will send it out for you once you save that reservation down. So there's really no excuse. That's beginner mistake number 2, not emailing booking confirmations to guests. We're now going to move on to number 3. And this one, it's not a customer service fault, but it's going to cost your motel a lot of money over an extended period of time if you keep doing it. And that is selling the cheapest room you have available when you get a reservation inquiry. Now, I call up, I want a room for the night. The first thing most motel operators go for is they try and sell the cheapest room they have in their system at that point. The thing is, a lot of guests don't want your cheapest room. They might want a quiet room at the back of the property. They might want a larger bed because they roll a lot during the sleep, and they don't want to wake up their partner because they know having a grumpy partner is going to make their day worse tomorrow, and they would prefer to pay an extra $50 might mean nothing to them to have a good night's rest. So break it down when you take phone reservations. Have plans. Start with, what is the guest looking for? Are they looking for a quiet room? Are they looking for a room upstairs? What features do they want? And how can you make those features into the room that's going to be most suitable for them and is going to generate you the most money? If you don't have a system in place yet, how about you just start with the middle priced room? Say, this is our most popular room. It's fairly quiet at night, and it's starting at $180. This might generate you an extra $30 per room that you sell, and if you're selling an extra 30% of these upgraded rooms, at the end of the month, you're really going to notice the additional income that it generates. Number 4. Changing rates when you're shuffling rooms. Now, we all know when you're on reception, you're taking phone calls, people are trying to check in, you're feeling the pressure, and especially when you're new on reception, it's easy to rush and do something quickly and make a mistake. Number 4 of the 5 beginner mistakes is changing rates by mistake when you're shuffling rooms between different room categories. Let's have a look at room 15, Mr. Stavros. Now, all of the queen rooms are in the same block and the power's gone out, so we're going to have to move him into a king suite today. So we move him up, and you can see straight away an alert comes up saying, would you like to recalculate the existing room charges with the new rate? The answer for this, if it's a complimentary room move or if it's a room move that you have to do because of a room is out of service or because you just need to shuffle rooms around, then you're always going to say, no, we don't want to recalculate the room. So once we save that one down, that's how we do it the correct way. So the rate is currently $395. If we were to try again, I'm going to click on no for this one as well and save it. And then I'm going to shuffle him again into the king suite. And this time I'm going to click yes, confirm. And you can see, and I'm going to click change log. And I'll go to the second page, which is going to have the most recent changes. And you can see that the room charge has gone from $395 as the old value to $360 as the new value. So you can see these mistakes, A, you might lose revenue, B, you might overcharge the guest. If you lose revenue, often you're not even going to necessarily know until after the guest has left. And it's always hard to charge additional amounts to a guest when they've already paid on their card. It's really just an inconvenience. When we overcharge a guest by mistake, often we're going to have to get them to bring their card back to reception. And again, it's a inconvenience and we're going to have to refund them. And it might take time for that money to get back onto their card. It's not a good guest service from our side. Number 5 of our beginner mistakes is thinking that posting charges or reversing charges is going to affect your rollover payment balancing. So if I look on here, I've got an old room and I've got a room charge on the 17th for $150 and a second charge for $155. Now, when you're doing your rollover and you're matching your FPOS summary to your GuestPoint payment summary, these room charges don't have any effect on your daily banking rollover. You're not going to be able to balance if you're out by reversing or posting additional charges. So to break it down here, this section here is all charges. So these things don't affect the payment balancing. If you want to affect your payment balancing, you need to click Make Payment. That's the only place on GuestPoint that you can affect your payment balances. So if you've taken more payments on FPOS, you might want to check through and receipt any payments you've missed on GuestPoint, and that's going to bring it into balance. Thank you very much for watching. If you found this lesson helpful, don't forget to subscribe. If you're looking to get into motel management or level up your skills, check out the links in the description for motel management and GuestPoint PMS training. If you have any questions or aren't sure about any of these topics, drop us a comment and we'll go through it together.